Morning. How was the week? Great. How was Yeri? Yeri, congratulations. Today, the sermon title is What is the message we need right now? As we enter the new year, what do you think is the most important message we need to hear? The end of last year, Bishop Noel Jones said at the Peace Starts With Me clergy rally, a yellow Cadillac and a white Cadillac are both Cadillacs. This is the same with people. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what denomination. We are all in the image of God. When it comes to making this world a better place, peace begins with me. His message was simple but impactful. In a similar manner, I'd like to start today's sermon with a simple analogy. After True Father's Songhwa, we entered into the era of True Mother. For the first analogy, imagine a family where the father passes away and the mother has to spend the next 7 years contemplating how to resolve the issues within her family. When the mother finally tells her children, "Let's do this," the children who watched their mother think deeply about this should be able to unite their hearts with her and follow her lead. Instead of offering their own opinions, if the children trust and believe that their mother knows her husband best and what's best for the family, then they can unite with her and be prosperous in everything. As such, when you read the messages that Reverend Damian Dunkley sends to our members, it doesn't focus on the intellectual aspects of the word and providence, but rather on uniting with the True Mother, because his intent is rooted in his love for True Mother. When you read his messages, you cannot help but feel that he has the heart of a true son who is trying to understand his mother's heart. As leaders and members living in True Mother's era, we should focus on understanding true mother's intentions from the standpoint of true family member instead of saying true father used to say this or the actual providence of history should be that. When we unite with the true mother, we will enter an era where all problems will be resolved. This is the very important point. For my second analogy, think about the age of IT and how smartphones are developing fast and new products are being released every year. What effect does this have on society? Why do people buy new products instead of using the phone they bought 10 years ago? People buy the latest gadgets because it saves time and do things that make our lives easier. The same holds true for medical technology. At the end of last year, my father-in-law fell ill and was presented two options from the doctor. The doctor asked, "Would you like to choose the operation method that was common practice 10 years ago or a new, safe method that was recently developed?" If you were given the option, I am sure most of you would choose the new method, right? This is because the new method has low risk and therefore you will have the great chance to recover. Anyone in that situation would pick the option that would ensure that you could continue living a healthy life. In the context of the providence, True Mother is telling us, don't think too much about this or that. If you become one with me, those problems will be resolved. The reason why True Mother repeats this constantly is because this is the most important point in God's providence. But if we keep saying, "Oh, but I learned the principle this way," "Oh, when True Father was alive, it wasn't like this," then this is the same as choosing to have the surgery that was developed 10 years ago. For the past 7 years, True Mother has shown us her dedication to her goal to restore the seven nations by 2020. True Father's 100th birthday and the 60th anniversary of the Holy Wedding. When we recognize the blood, sweat, and tears that she shed throughout this time. we can unite our hearts with her, and all problems will be resolved. When we observe the leaders in our movement that are succeeding, we can see that they are not necessarily the scholarly type, but they have the sensibility to catch the heart of true mother and the circumstance of God. On the contrary, those who hold on the old ways and constantly criticize cannot go together with the true mother. When Jesus came to the earth 2,000 years ago, why did the Jewish people reject him? It is because he spoke a new level of truth that was different from the ways of the Jewish leaders. They did not accept Jesus because they did not want to take off their old clothes. Similarly, in the era of true mother, people who continue to wear their old clothes feel uncomfortable and choose to criticize true mother and not look straight ahead. Because the second generation or those close in the age have not worn the old clothes of for long, it is easier for them to take them off and go straight into the love and embrace of true mother. What do you think is important in this new era? I'd like to introduce my third example. President Dunkley, who understands the heart of true mother, sends a Godby every day at a time that is convenient for us so that we can read her message. At first, because the messages took 30 minutes to read, I found them difficult. But now they are shorter. He carefully picks out excerpts from True Mother's messages from the past 7 years and shares them so that they are easily digestible. Reverend Dunkley started this practice, and it was eventually expanded across the world. What is this trying to achieve? When mother wakes up early, what does she do? Father has already passed away. But how is mother trying to lead life today? If the children don't know this, they will struggle to return home. But currently, most of the children are living a completely different life from their mother. That is why Reverend Dunkley made a Godby so that we could have an opportunity to connect with True Mother every day. When we start off every morning by reading True Mother's messages and welcome her into our lives, what do you think will happen? When we unite with the true mother, we can rid ourselves of our fallen nature through the conditions that true mother has set and issues within our families and the communities will start to resolve easily. Those who understand this point are comparable to the people who are willing to choose the most advanced medical technology to treat their illness. Using computers that are available today will help you save more time and increase the quality of your life than using computers created 20 years ago. Are we going to continue with the old ways when we enter the new providence of heaven? That would be foolish. If we take interest in what True Mother is trying to convey to us, our lives will become prosperous. There will be times where our fallen nature prevents us from doing so, and evil forces try to break apart our family. But if we remain aware and unite with the true mother, we will be alive in our hearts and in the providence. That's why when I look at the President Dunkley, I feel that there is no falsehood in his heart, and I can see his deep love for True Mother. When we decide to emulate President Dunkley's victory of becoming a filial child to True Mother, we will really start living. As you all know, President Dunkley is a humble man, so he never boasts in front of others. He is a pure man who sincerely encouraged us at the TribeNet workshop he held for our community 3 years ago. If we really listened to him and worked hard at that time, I'm sure we would have seen a big change by now. A few days ago, my wife shared something with me while we were attending at the Peace Starts With Me clergy rally. She told me that she began to ponder about the story of Martha and Mary from the Bible. Because my wife was the bus captain, she was very busy preparing for the event. She told me that when she fell into this busy mode, it was easy for her to be in the same mindset as Martha. In the Bible story, Mary did nothing but focus on Jesus' words, and her sister Martha responded, "Why is my sister not doing anything? I need to prepare food for Jesus, and we have a lot to do, but Why doesn't she help? To which Jesus tells her to not do anything and just listen to his words. Because she remembered the message of this story, she was able to focus on Churumada's speech during the event. If she only focused on the bus schedule, she won't have been able to concentrate on the event and would have gone home feeling empty. Therefore, for the new year, the message that we really need now is this. We need to open our hearts and simply listen to the words of Churumada. If we are unable to do so, we need to pray and read and recenter our minds once more. Even though Churumada is far away, we will live in the internet era where her messages are easily accessible. By staying connected to Churumada, we can be involved in her plans for the last providence and ring in the new year with prosperity. Thank you. Please join me in a prayer. Dear Heavenly Parent and true parents, 2020 is already here, and we are all renewed and ready to create more space for God and true parents to dwell in our lives. Although True Father is no longer with us in this physical world, he is ever present in True Mother and working alongside her from the spirit world. True Mother is continuing to work tirelessly for the providence, and we need to start opening our hearts to receive her love and her words. That is, True Mother is guiding us in this new era, and we need to listen, support, and follow in her footsteps. There are many ways that we can do so in our daily lives. True Mother's words and speeches can be accessed and shared online, through email, and even among each other. Let us all strive to unite with the True Mother as true sons and daughters in this year and celebrate the blessings to come by doing so. I pray in the name of Jong, the owner of 천일국. Amen and A주. Thank you.